Right, okay, hello guys, welcome to Gatwick Airport. Just done the drop off and now it's the 100 odd mile empty run back to the depot, because unfortunately I can't fly off with them and I'm not staying here. So that's it, they're off for the week. So this is Gatwick South, and we are in CT18 this time. You notice this isn't Thameser. It's because they want a 57 coach. Yeah, 57 coach, 57 seat coach for this journey. Mine is 53. This one's 57. Plus, it's good for the luggage as well. So I can already feel it's a bit lighter now. Got the luggage off. People do ask me that. Does it feel heavy? Can you feel the weight differences when you're empty and got passengers or luggage on? But you certainly can. Right, I need to be in the other lane, and I keep forgetting how to get out of here. I haven't got my microphone on, only using the internal mic, so hopefully you can hear me. I'm just trying to remember, I've got to speak a little bit louder. It's this way, wasn't it? Yes. I don't quite remember this route, but I think it's right. Hey. Exit. Where have I gone wrong now then? Right, sorry for the stop talking then, kind of confused. We're back around to, oh hang on, I remember this bit, but somehow I've slipped off the M23 exit. How the hell did that work then? I could have sworn it's the right hand lane, M23. Oh dear me, this is a good start to the video. Lost in Gatwick already. I tell you, it was about, probably literally 12 months ago was the last time I was here. Most of our work is out of Heathrow, and the group I took today sometimes use Heathrow, but their airline was from Gatwick, so exit M23 right hand lane and the A23. I can't see. Right, there we are. Oh, right. Straight on. M25, M23, M23. Oh, I see. Right. Gotcha. I gotcha. Round to the left, but in the right hand lane, not turn right. Okay. My mistake. I'll forget that in a year's time. Go, 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 go. Right, and the lanes go around. Is that a split lane? Let's stick in here a minute. Look to the left. M23, both lanes. Right, I want to be in the left lane really, but we'll do that after the roundabout. You don't want to be changing lanes while you're going round. To get left, so we're going on to the M23. Check the left blind spot, check the left mirror, pull into the left. There we go. Right. So I have done 3 hours of driving. I've got an hour and a half left. I can't stop there. I think you can go in the coach park, but I think you still have to pay the charge of £20 something anyway. So I'm going to try and make it to Cobham services, which from here is about 25 miles away, I think, thereabouts. So I've got an hour and a half to do 25 miles, so it should be doable in my 4.5 hours time, and then I'll have a 45-minute break. It might actually be an hour by the time I've had something to eat and all that. and then it's press on back to Westbury. So the left lane, because we're going the M23 north. Filter lane, so I don't need to look to the right really, because it's a solid white line. Let's get punch into the services so that you don't want to dawdle, you don't want to waste driving time and end up going over the hours. But as I say, 25 miles in the hour and a half should be doable. I'm just adding for a bit of leeway where we might slip down a little bit for traffic, but we'll see. I've got the 2D map on at the moment. I'm just at some point later on I'm going to be keeping an eye on that for any extreme traffic instances, if there is any. It's a good run down today. It is Easter Sunday today, so it's fairly quiet. It's actually quite a good way, a good day, sorry, to go on the motorway. It's quite a few cars around. Surprising how empty lane 1 is with lorries. I've really only seen a handful all the way down the M4 and the M3. There's a bit on the M25, but really not a lot. There's not a lot of coaches out either. The ones I have seen are going in and out of Gatwick and National Express, Megabus, etc. So yes, very good run. Trying to remember how this drives. Forget how you have to give a bit of leeway on the turning, because it's the longer than my coach, but still a twin axle, so it's not got the best of turning circle compared to my one. And I've got the visors down a little bit. You see how I haven't got them down fully, because if I put them down anymore, they're going to block my mirrors. So I'm putting them down as low as I can and give me visibility in the mirrors as well. Let me just press set on there, and that's set the cruise control on. But yes, numpty me, I forgot my sunglasses. I put them on my car, out my coach, and thought, well, I'll leave them there and I'll remember them Sunday morning. Did I? Well, I remembered it about 1 mile away from the pickup point, at which point it was too late to turn around and come back to go and get them. So luckily it was quite cloudy this morning, but it's cleared up a bit now, and that's hung me out to dry a bit, because I don't really want it to be this sunny, because I've got my sunglasses. So, but there we are. Just knocking the limiter off now for the moment, because we're on a downhill gradient, and legally we should be doing 62 or 100 kilometers max. There should be no overspeeds either, so you've got to be careful on these downhill gradients, especially in these ones, because they, on the cruise control, you've got a 3 mile an hour buffer, so it will easily ride up to 65 on the cruise control going downhill, which we're not allowed to do 65. It's got to be 62. So on these downhill gradients, I'm just controlling it myself. Taking the throttle off gives it a bit of friction, slowing itself down just a little bit there. I mean, it's not a, you know, steep gradient. If there's any steeper, I'll be using the retarder, but looks like we're near the bottom there, so I'm going to press resume, bring it back up to cruise control. So since most of the journey's been on motorways, you might think, what is driving on the motorways like? I suspect it's quite easy. It is in a way, but sometimes the motorway can actually be, personally in my opinion, I think is can be a bit more stressful than the A roads, depending. I mean, today's not too bad. On a weekday when it's busier, that's when it tends to be, because you've got 3 lanes, maybe 4 in, like in this case, of vehicles doing all sorts of different speeds. When you throw in the amount of lorries that can be on the road on a weekday, you've got lane 1 that can be doing 50, 56. Mine lorries have got different limiters on. Then lane 2, 3 and 4, you've got all sorts of vehicles doing 60, 65, 70, all over the shop. So and sometimes it snarls up, you know, you get all lanes just plodding along doing 55 maybe, then accelerate to 60, then we'll slow back up again. But the other thing is, you know, you're doing a lot of forward thinking as well on the motorway, especially for a coach. Looking at signs in advance, making sure you're getting the right lane way beforehand. And it's, you know, when you're coming up to lane 1, you might have slower traffic. You want to be constantly looking in your mirrors because you want to check where the vehicle's status is. When you pull right, check the blind spot. Though I like to check the mirrors more to the right often than the left, because I like to try and manage where the cars are well in advance before I make any maneuvers. So even though I check the blind spot, I like to know that I think what's going to be clear after a certain while, because I've checked the mirrors plenty of times to see where the vehicles are. I'm sure if I explain that in practice, you know what I mean. So there's another downhill gradient. I'm going to keep using the retarder now to create a bit of a gap with the vehicles in front and keep my speed down a little bit as well. And we're going to be going on the M25 West. Nice view there. I always like this view on this bit. So I can use either lane, but naturally I'm just going to stick to the left lane. Backing off a little bit in case this bend's a little bit sharp. So we'll knock it down to about 50. That should comfortably see us around nicely. As we get on here, I'm going to do a quick driving time check when it's safe to do so. To lane 1, got a little bit of a downhill gradient, so just letting the coach roll now, not accelerating, not braking, just letting it coast down. It's doing it nicely. It's 60, 61. There'll be an uphill gradient in a moment, so we can just press resume. Just underneath this bridge. Right, just a quick check then, 3 hours 15, so that's nice. We're doing alright. Now I'm thinking, do I use lane 2? It's probably alright. We've got another hill coming up in a moment. Just knocking the limiter off now. This doesn't have adaptive cruise, which is what's in the Temsa, which you haven't seen yet. I haven't demonstrated that. But that basically, what that would do is I'd set the cruise control on, and with the adaptive cruise on, it would set the safe distance between me and the vehicle in front. So if it slowed down, it would slow down by itself, even though the limiter is set to 62. If the car in front goes to 50, say, it would slow down to 50 by itself, keeping a safe distance in front at the same time. Maybe one video, if I got mine on the motorway, I should have to demonstrate that. So I think we're going to come out to lane 2 in a moment, so I'm checking there's the car in lane 2 there. And he can safely pull out into lane 3 if need be, so I'm going to indicate. I'm going to wait. I can see there's still a gap there. And then pull out. What I learnt off of, well, I'd say what I learnt, what sticks in my head all the time I'm on a motorway is some video I watched from some lorry driver, and honestly I can't remember who it was, but he was explaining how vehicles on the motorway, sometimes they, you know, he was explaining that he was in lane 2 and there was a vehicle in lane 1, and he just indicated right, the vehicle this was, indicated right, and then pulled out right in front of the lorry. He was indicating their move, and as he said, the thing is, you need to understand that indicators are a request and not a statement. So what that means is, you know, put the indicator on right, but check the situation before you even pull out, rather than just slam the indicator on and then expect to you know, have the right of way all of a sudden. I think there was a truck video, I think it was on TikTok off of memory, so it was probably something I just scrolled through, so I can't remember who it was, but ever since he said that quote that an indicator is a request, not a statement, that's it's always stuck in my head for some reason. It's flowing nicely in lane 1, but nonetheless I'm still just, you know, checking the situation behind, not just for you know, if there's any emergency vehicles or anything like that. It's just checking the situation behind. The gap's closing in on the lane 2, but that's fine because I don't need lane 2 at the moment, but if I did, it's nice to know that the gap was there originally. You're not just looking at lane 2, you're looking at lane 3 as well, because anyone from lane 3 could move into lane 2. And equally, you want to see if lane 3 is completely clear and you want to pull into lane 2, then that gives an opportunity to vehicles to pull into lane 3 if they wish to do so. The other thing is this head cam shot is only going to be as far as Cobham, because there's absolutely no way the battery is going to last all the way back. And after Cobham we're just doing sections. We're not going to film the whole way back actually, because it's going to take a good 2.5 hours thereabouts, 3 hours maybe. So we'll I might attach it to the window a bit later on, and I can run it through the power system. Gap there to pull out, just to let these cars out the junction. Safely pull back into lane 1. The rough and ready part, the M25, the noisy bit. hours, so we've got an hour spare, so that's very good. But as long as the brake registers 45 minutes at the absolute minimum, but so you're allowed to go over that, you'll have 50 minutes, you know, it doesn't have to be 45 on the dot, but it can't be 44. Has to be 45. It's safer to do if you're going to do a 45 on the dot. It's easier to go over 46, just allow that little bit of buffer time to make sure that it's registered as 45 minutes. That then cleans the slate, and I've then got another 4.5 hours driving time to get back, which traffic, if that plays ball, or you know, plays reasonable at least, then that's more than doable. Oh, try not undertake there. There we are. Put the indicator on at marker number 2. Check the mirrors. Left. Try and get some lunch as well. The only problem with this place is it can get extremely busy. Coach park looks empty, so that's alright. Because the thing is, this services here serves both sides. So you can quite imagine how busy it gets. This tight left. Haul it round. Check the right, there we are. No, I think it was... yes, that's right. Through here. I can remember if it's the first right or through here, but I remember that's what the hatches are for. Then bring it down the bottom. Sharp right here. Bring ourselves near the door. There we are. Right, I shall see you later on. Right, there we go. Fortunately, I can't plug the auxiliary in from here. It's a bit different. The USB's all the way down here, and it won't reach up there. So we'll play it until it runs out of battery, or thereabouts. So we're at about an hour here, so that's plenty of legal rest time. Now it's the express back to the yard. So can't imagine the battery's going to last until the M3. This is on. Reverse. Okay. Looks on. Yep. Still annoyingly sunny. Could do that really. Right, let's try and remember the route out here, because as I say, this is the services for both sides, so make sure you're in the right lane, and remembering you're going west. Get the west lane in a moment. Coming down. Through the car park. Check pedestrians. Checking for a lot of things down here, not just pedestrians, but any cars that might have the reverse lights on, or any cars that might be pulling out for space. Left lane, that was it. Some crossings. Remembering, put it in your head, west, which way are you going? Otherwise you get here and go, which way am I going again? I've had that before, and you sort of scratch your head and think, hang on, west, east, west, east. Diesel, it's 3/4 of a tank. We'll do that when I get back into the garage, because the drivers filled it up for me, so it's only right that I fill it up on the way back. Return the favour. There we go. M25, I can already see from here, good sort of 1/4 of a mile away maybe, that's is going to be lanes 2, 3 and 4 for straight on. The left lane is an exit road, so I can plan that now. Pull out into lane 1. Get the speed up. Gap there, blue cars after that blue car, which is there, it's clear on the right, still clear on the right, indicating right still, clear on the right, there we go. Got the speed rolling, and yeah, we've got this 50 coming up soon, so not too fast. Got some works around the A3, 50. Really want cruise control in this part, because you know it's still dynamic, it's still going to slow down a bit, but now coming down to, I think in front's probably doing about 47 thereabouts. Stay lane 1, the major rush, keep the traffic flowing in the other 2 lanes. a part of the M25 that was closed in March, let me think, a week ago, 2 weeks ago or something like that. Electric coach there and a wrecker. Which I think they said it was the first closure, you know, throughout the day, 4 days since it opened. It's clear on my blind side. I'm clearing lane 1 for quite a bit. Slip now. It's not moving fast down here, but that's fine because it's the this lane only for the M3, so there's absolutely no point in trying to charge down the right hand lane. We come off to onto the M3. It's a fixed 50-mile-an-hour limit for a bit, and then it's back to the national speed limits, which, as you know, for us it's 62. In a moment, according to these signs. So, speed 50. Keep an eye on the car on the right there because we're just about to join the motorway. Keep the pace. I don't know why it said right arrow then on the side, because clearly I could have stayed on left, so I want to do it safely, as the signs say. Yeah, thank you. Ah, I mean, okay, there is a lane out to the left of those, this caravan moving. Coming up. just for a moment. Last part of the motorway. Now I'm coming onto the A303, two right hand lanes of the M3, which goes off to the south towards Winchester and Southampton. So we're going west. This then becomes a dual carriageway, and then it's pretty much dual carriageway until Stonehenge, and then it's single carriageway from there on in. It's the just a bit after then, I turn off onto the A36, go northbound up to Worcester, pull into the garage there, top this up with diesel, and then from there it'll be about 15-minute drive or so, 20-minute drive back to the yard. That's the day done. So I think we shall wrap this up here, because it was mostly just a little episode today, just a small POV drive on the motorway, something a bit different, and something to cover this type of job I'm doing today. So I'd imagine at some point we'll have some more airport transfers coming up to Heathrow and or Gatwick. So I think they'd feature in one of these Coach Diaries episodes. Since they seem to be popular, so I shall keep those types of series going on. That way you can cover the whole day at the airport, but you know, in a much condensed episode, rather than just filming the whole run. Soon enough we'll be doing these cruise transfers where people are finishing on the boats and then you take them to the airports where they fly home after their tour. So if I get one of those, I shall cover one of those under a Coach Diaries episode. So hope you like this video. And I mean, might be a bit dull for you maybe, just plodding along on the motorway, but you know, something different, something to do for today. So yeah, like and subscribe as always for more of these videos, and until then I shall see you on the next episode, whatever that may be. Alright, take care, bye.